Whoa! How's this working? Any buffering? Any buffering? Any buffering? Any buffering? Any buffering? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Graybot 9000. Yeah, actually, just got this really quick. It's actually quicker than cable on the phone. The upload speed. It's crazy. You know, like phones normally can only do 11 megabytes a second. My phone does 35. I mean, I could probably do 4K on the damn thing. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I heard back from the You guys remember the case at Peak 6 in Colorado, the unidentified person? I heard back from I had emailed Wendy before, after she emailed me the other day about that they're going to be using Parabon and so forth. She emailed me back and said, yes, I would be happy to come on your show and talk about the Sky Shoots John Doe. And maybe even our cold double homicide case. And then she sent me a link to that case, so I thought we could like look into it tonight. Right? But I think that'd be amazing if she came on, right? Because I think that case can also be, they might have some DNA in that one too. I don't remember. That might be one that we could raise funds on to try to pay for the Parabon testing, right? The phenotyping and the genetic genealogy research. So hell, let's take a look at the case that she's talking about. She sent me a link. So maybe we can look at it, and then maybe she can come on and discuss it further with us. All right? Because it's been unsolved since 1982. By the way, I've created another crime channel on YouTube because I feel like the trolls are coming after me, and I'm not really sure what might happen to my account. So when I get it set up, you guys can what do you call it, just subscribe to it, and then if something happens, we always have that backup, right? Okay, thanks, Dennis. Yeah, that's okay. We'll still all be here. Of course, I won't have anywhere near the number of subscribers, but we'll just build it back up again, right? Who cares? But I'm still here for now on this one. I just see, I'm seeing strike attempts and so forth, and I can see strikes aren't that hard to give somebody. So, that's the problem, right? So if all else fails, I mean, I'm on here now, so everything's working. Well, I did get a strike on a video from 1.5 years ago. So I'm a little bit nervous. I mean, if you get 2 of them, you can't stream for 90 days. You get 3 of them, they shut your account. It's just a nightmare. I think what I used the video for was, I think it was actually the Dr. Oz one on the Libby Abbey case. That was so long ago. Okay, but I used it correctly. I took clips and I critiqued them. He literally had a bullshit show, okay? But anyways, it's YouTube's too stressful like that. You know, you make one little thing deal and then you get in trouble for it. It's like, God, I mean, just come on, guys. Well, I do, you know, I mean, I guess they deemed that I used too much of it, but I think it's just really, they just claimed it, and therefore it's so. But in reality, I didn't really, you guys have seen that video, right? The Dr. Oz Libby and Abby case where he said, look, some people say they see somebody behind that tree right there. The police think it is. The police think that's somebody behind the tree, and that's a lie. That's never happened. Okay? Hey, thanks, Sam the Schnoz, which is actually Lanky Jen. Uh-oh, I just saw a little bit of buffering there.
Gray uses facts.
Yeah, well, I've only lost 67 frames so far. Last night I'd lost none, but I dialed it back up, the clarity, all the way to 7,000 bytes. It's crazy. Yeah, it's too bad you never saw that one. It was good. I mean, Dr. Oz is he's just so sensationalistic. It was crazy. So they probably finally saw it and went, that's so mean. Yeah. That's a ludicrous number right there. $430 million. That's a joke. Jesus. Nobody's worth that much. Well, yes, they are, Gray. That's what the market bared. Right. Yep. Almost 31,000, but it all could just come crumbling down. Who knows, right? Who the hell knows? All right, I'm going to go over this old case and we'll do all the research right now on it. Yeah, well, if not either, but why don't? Yeah, I mean, I could do something like that to get it started. Maybe I'll use that one and do like what Ada says, top 5 and things like that. I don't know. For a while, just in the meantime, so it gets built up. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna get onto this right now. Okay, so this is the link she sent me. I think it's some kind of like Wayback Machine, but I was thinking I could use the my news research subscription that I got and check it out, right? So look at this one. Let's see. So it's 1982. It says, on the night of Wednesday, January 6th, 1982. Oh, you guys can't see the screen yet, so hold on 1 second. All right, hold on 1 second. It's gonna look like it's buffering, but I gotta restart this thing. Hold on. All right. Hopefully I came back on, right? Did I come back on or what? Yeah, I wouldn't spend any money on a lawyer or anything like that. I'm not going to spend tons of money on a lawyer. That's stupid. But at the same time, I mean, it's just one. But if there gets a second one, then I can't stream for 90 days. If there's a third one, then I can't. Then the channel just gets taken away, and every single video I've ever made is removed off the channel. Isn't that crazy? But so that's sort of the fear when you're doing YouTube videos. You know, when you're just showing anything. You know, in this case, I didn't stream anything live. I just put some clips from a show, which is, I think that is fair use. And I was critiquing it. And I railed into it. That's really what it was. He was angry that it was bashing, but it was truthful. It was absolutely true. It was a joke, that video. Yeah, the copyright, you know, because his clips are in there. You know, it's like, but the thing is you're able to do that. He just got angry, and then YouTube just sort of takes the word of the person filing the claim, instead of kind of looking at it and going, oh well, no, this is, you know, this is legit. I'm not gonna. I don't even know how to do it. I don't have time, Jules. Okay. I've tried it. I don't even know where they're so hard to contact. It's ludicrous. Okay, it's insane. So, everyone always says, "Yeah, try this, try that." Well, you try it. Okay, try to contact YouTube. If you're a huge streamer, you might be able to get a hold of somebody. But if you're someone like me, you can forget it. And yeah, fair use, these people that think, oh yeah, if I put this big notification up on my video when it starts, I therefore am, it doesn't do a shit for your channel. They just think it's so clever and smart. These people who put the fair use claim at the top, it doesn't mean anything. Do you understand that? It means nothing to put that in there. Oh, wow, if I put the fair use disclaimer, I therefore can break every law regarding fair use because I have that disclaimer. No, they didn't, Robert. Anyways, let me get on. I just want to get off of this and get on to the case, all right? Forget it. Yeah, well, as soon as I get a video, maybe I'll just upload a video on there saying, "Hey, everybody, this is the place." As a you know, you guys can all subscribe over there. But you know, I don't know. I might even have to do some lives to try to get the count up. I don't know. It's just really frustrating to me. Sucks. It's weird too, because look at that. I only have 111 watching. That seems to be like all of a sudden it just dropped dramatically in the last week or so. I'm not really sure what the deal is there. Maybe I'm on too late. Who the hell knows, right? Or everybody's burnt out and they're on to something else. But I'm going to go over this one now, everybody, if that's okay. On the night of Wednesday, January 6, 1982, temperatures fell to 20 below on the snow-covered 11,500-foot Hoosier Pass that connects the ski resort community of Breckenridge in Summit County and the bedroom communities of Alma and Fairplay in Park County, Colorado. This was the night that Bobbie, Joe Oberholtzer, and Annette Schnee were murdered under cover of darkness and desolation. Hoosier Pass had long been a commuting route for those living in Park County and finding jobs in Summit County. There is no record that Bobbie Jo and Annette knew one another, but was likely hitchhiking separately southbound on Colorado Highway 9 toward the pass, heading home at the end of the workday. On that bitter cold January night, the pass became a sprawling death scene for two young local women. That's messed up. Yeah, this is the same. Like I said before, I spoke with the coroner, and the assistant coroner had a story from 1982, as well as trying to figure out who the guy on Peak 6 is, okay? That's it. So Bobbie Jo Oberholtzer's body was found first at approximately 3 p.m. on Thursday, January 7th. According to evidence found at the scene and elsewhere, 29-year-old Bobbie Jo may have tried to fight her attackers and run for her life. They say attacker or attackers, and run for her life. Plastic wire ties were found on her wrists, suggested that someone attempted to bind her before she was finally shot to death. The body was found 20 feet off Highway 9, approximately 300 feet south of the Hoosier Pass Summit parking lot. Hey, well, I guess we can get this one marked in. Let's do it. Oh no, what? Bobbie Jo Oberholtzer. That's hard for me to say today, although I've said it a million times. Approximately 300 feet, Hoosier Pass Summit parking lot. There's a parking lot right there. I think that's going to be it. That's not what I was looking for. I'm looking for Bobbie Jo Oberholtzer. Alright, there we go. How's the buffering going? Working pretty well? I don't want it to buffer, I'm just saying. Yes, how's my buffering working? I hope it's going well. Alright, so it was approximately 300 feet south of the Hoosier Pass Summit parking lot. Okay, and I'm almost positive this is going to be it, right? Because look at, it's a high point and then it goes down. That's a parking lot. You know, and let's see if I say south, it's right here. And they say 300 feet, right? 300 feet. So if we take this measuring tool and say that's the end of the parking lot, and then go 300 feet. Found right in this area, like that. We take her pin now. Place it right there. She was found right here. Off the side of the road there, apparently. Alright, so summer parking lot. Additional items belonging to Bobbie Joe, including backpack, bloody glove, and Kleenex, were found on January 7th. So if they still have that bloody glove, I wonder if they could get DNA on that. Well, I mean, the blood could be hers after she was shot. I don't know if she was shot and then dumped there, how that worked. And bloody glove and Kleenex were found on January 7th. Scattered across South Park. What does that say? Ah, look at this little map right here. That's crazy. Let's see if that's accurate. Kind of does a little squiggly right there just before that. Yep. See that? The little squiggly. It goes like this, hard turn, around. You go to that other map. Right there. You can barely see it. Hard turn, and then she's found right there. Okay. Okay, evidence lists and photo links. Bobbie Joe Oberholtzer had a key ring with hook, left glove, and a hat, plastic wire ties, backpack, and partial contents. Are there images to these? Wow, let's see. Look at that. This is nuts. I didn't know they had all this information here. See this? This is a keychain here. Really thick. Yeah, keys right there, and a big sort of almost a climbing type. I'm not sure what you call these, but I'm not a climber, but I've seen those before. Yeah, they got a picture of all this stuff. Now I'm gonna have to make a folder on that. This is nuts. I didn't even think any of this was in here. Case. The thing is that strike that, by the way, just to bring that up again, the strike that I got is it comes off after 90 days. Okay, but it doesn't affect my account unless I get, if it keeps on going, then I don't know. But it's it's just total bullshit. A year and a half ago from a video that was totally legitimately made. But it makes me nervous for 3 months, right? It's just. Yeah, it was on the. It was on the Libby Nabby case with Dr. Oz, like a year and a half ago. You remember that one where he just. It was totally bogus bullshit. You remember that? Yeah. I wonder if I have an angle to have somebody contact the show to see if they can get that taken off. Because I actually know somebody that knows the show. Yeah. Maybe I'll see if I can do that. No. I mean, it's hard to fight it, to be honest with you. Yeah, well, she does, she streams shows on her channel, like entire shows. So, of course, makes sense. Yeah, I don't watch her channel. Okay. I'm just going to save out these images so I have them. So now it's pretty amazing. Plastic wire ties. There they are right there. I mean, keep in mind, this is 1982, right? Backpack and partial contents. White glove and tissue. So you can see blood right there. He fought back. Hopefully they got DNA out of it. Okay, and there was a driver's license, but they didn't want to share that. The other woman's name is Annette Schnee, excuse me. Alright, now these images are things that she had on. I guess this is an image of her. Alright. Described by witnesses a white female, approximately 5'4". Why, they weren't able to make out who she was? Man, was she shot right in the face or something? Guess we'll get to that. Let's see how this all went down. This was in her backpack, a bunch of change. Looks like some Blistex or Carmex and different items. Booty. Right booty with the long sock. I'm kind of picturing this, what she looked like now. Sweatshirt. So I'm kind of wondering if she was found at that time, but she was killed a lot earlier, and that's why they couldn't make out what she looked like. What are you gonna try? Oh yeah, you gotta, if you restart. Doesn't look like I'm buffering though. Maybe a little bit. Hold on. Oh yeah, hold on, let me go back on again. Hopefully that works a little bit better now. It looks better right there. That's crazy though. It's starting to buffer. God dang it. Yeah. See, that's 22. Oh, download right there. That's not good right there. Shoot. All right, let me try to stop this and start it up again then. Well, see, that should be enough because I only have 7,000 right there. You know, that's 8,860 right there. But I have 7,000, so hopefully that should be good enough. It doesn't seem to be dropping any frames now. But it is red up there. Let me try something. If not, maybe you guys can join back on. But let me just try something really fast. Okay, I'm back on. I cut it in half. I wonder if it worked. Can it work like that? Wow. That'd be amazing if you can actually rejoin with a whole different bit rate. So hopefully that'll work. I switched it to 3,000 by 1,500 instead of 7,000 by 3,500. And so it looks pretty good. Like that looks good now. What do you guys think? Okay, well, I think that's working then. Photo of unidentified man. What does that mean? Oh, she had this in her with her, I'd imagine, but they just don't know who this is. Oh wow, they got a ton of information here. This is sweet. Man, this is awesome. All right, so this is Annette Schnee right here. Yeah, she was pretty. 1982. She got the Farrah Fawcett hairstyle. Annette's last known stop in Breckenridge, Colorado, was at approximately 4:45 on Wednesday, January 6, 1982, leaving a pharmacy called the drugstore. So, let's see. Breckenridge. So let's go to Breckenridge and see if we can find a pharmacy. Far away. You can just tell by the way it's not flying that fast. Pharmacy in. Okay, there's a couple of them there. Where she filled a prescription. She was seen talking with an unidentified woman and was heard reminding the woman to buy cigarettes. I wonder if that's the other one. The unknown woman was described by witnesses as a white female, approximately 5'4" tall, slender build, and looked as though she had been camping out for a few days. The woman smoked Marlboro cigarettes. The prescription was Annette's only purchase at the store. Annette was scheduled to be at work at 8 p.m. that night at the Flip Cider Bar. Let's see. Flip Side Bar. I wonder if it's still there. Yeah, wow. Still there. Look at that. Yeah, who knew? This is a cool one. I've never heard of this one ever by anybody. You know, so Flip Side, maybe it's out there. I don't know. I just haven't heard of it. Flip Side Bar, and that's where. Sidebar. Supposed to work, and then there's a couple pharmacies here, so let's see that again. I bet it's this one right here, the local market. Doesn't that sort of sound a little bit like that other name? It's just so basic, you know. Although this one says City Market Pharmacy. This one's a lot closer to her work, so I'll just put a pin there. Annette was scheduled to be at work at 8 p.m. that night at the Flipside Bar back in Breckenridge. Her uniform, what do you mean back in Breckenridge? Oh, I mean like maybe she left and then was supposed to come back. Her uniform was at her home. Oh, that's why. And her home and was never picked up. So she was supposed to go home to pick up her uniform and then make it back to work. So something happened to her between 4:45 and 8. Okay, so she was supposed to get back home to pick up her uniform to be at work at 8. So actually you could probably say that something happened to her between 4:45 and 7 or so. You know, she'd go home, change, that kind of thing, and then go to work. Maybe even 7:30. Her uniform was at her home and was never picked up. She was described as very reliable, and it's thought she may have been headed home to get ready for work when she disappeared. Annette's body was found 6 months later. Oh, so it was months and months later. Okay. Okay, so she went missing on January 1986. Let me right. Let me put that in there. Well, I'll do that in a little bit. When I put her name. She went missing January 6th, but she was found on July 3rd, 1982, face down in Sacramento Creek, approximately 20 miles from Breckenridge and 10 miles south of Hoosier Pass summit. So let's see if we can find this Sacramento Creek. This one will be less accurate. Yeah, it's gonna be no way to get that 100% accurate. Actually, it's 20 miles south of Breckenridge, which is up here. Somewhere down there, really. If that's the creek right there, I mean, that's a pretty tiny little creek if that's a creek, you know. Creeks are usually a little bigger than that. I guess we could just sort of put a pin down here and say she was kind of, you know, found down in this area. Yes, welcome new subscribers. Live long and prosper. Oogla boogla. Welcome freak. All those kinds of things. The other channel I created is called Crime Freaks. So that's pretty cool too, right? So if we do have to move over there at some point, that's what it's called. Be mean to them to welcome them? Yeah. Annette's body was found 6 months later, July 3rd, 1982, face down in Sacramento Creek, approximately 20 miles south of Breckenridge and 10 miles south of Hoosier Pass. So let's do that one again. Isn't that the same pass that we were talking about earlier? Hoosier Pass, right? Or is that a different? Yeah, right there, right? So 10 miles south of that. So let's see how close we are to 10 miles. Yeah, like 10 miles is right there. I mean, that's really close. I mean, you know, it's about as close as you're gonna get. So in this area is where she's found, face down in a creek. Man, that sucks. Annette's home was approximately 4 miles north of the summit. The location where the body was found was remote, about 3 miles west of Colorado Highway 9. Now we can try a little bit more to get this more precise. So I would think that this is probably, let me get the highways in here. I kind of think this is going to be Highway 9 right there. Yeah, 9 right there. In this area near this creek, but west of Highway 9, 3 miles. Let's see what we're looking at there. Yeah, that's pretty close. See that? Almost right where the line is. Look how close that line. The line that I drew, the red line right there, is literally exactly 3 miles from the highway right there. So maybe, let's see, where are we looking? Let's see if we can see a creek. Hopefully there's a street view down here. See if just luckily it wasn't blue there. No. Okay, I'll move this over a little bit. I think that's the creek right there, right? Like that's what this little indentation that's swerving around through these trees right there. I think. And then maybe it creates this little... I think that's close right there. I think this might be a creek right there, see? Yeah, right there, see? Alright, I think that's about as close as I'm going to get with the information given. Sacramento Creek is a very isolated mountain valley area. The temperatures were very cold, approximately 20 below zero, and it may have been snowing in the area on the night Annette disappeared. The cold air and water helped preserve the body. The fatal gunshot wound to the back was a through and through, with no bullet left in the body. The bullet has not been found. It is unknown whether her shots were fired, if there were shots that were fired and missed. The weapon used was possibly a .38 or a .357 9mm handgun. Wow. Annette's body was fully clothed, but the clothing was in disarray. So maybe somebody put it on, or who knows how that happened. No, the bullet was not found. Annette was found with both shoes on, but wearing one orange booty sock on her left foot and the long striped sock on her right foot. The second long striped sock was found in the pocket of her blue hooded... That's weird. Yeah, it's almost like she had a second pair of socks on, but then was made to put some on, but she didn't have the right ones out, so she put one with the stripes on it and then the other one on the other foot. The second long striped sock was found in the pocket of her blue hooded sweatshirt. The second orange booty had been found but unidentified 6 months earlier at the Oberholtzer crime scene near the summit. Oh, wow. So the other sock was found with the other girl 6 months earlier. That's insane right there. So I think they were both killed the same night, but Annette was found way later because she wasn't right next to sort of the highway. She was in an isolated area. And I think that Oberholtzer is the other person that she was seen buying cigarettes with at the store earlier. Or for, the one that looked like she was out camping. Annette was found with both shoes on, but wearing one orange booty sock on her left foot. So look, this is what we're talking about here. Right here. So this sock right here was on her left foot right there, right? And then this one was on her right foot. A total mismatch. Okay, it's almost like they were made to undress and then they had to redress, but they didn't have the correct socks and so forth. They get moving somewhere else. Man, this is getting crazy now. Look at it. Wow, so long striped sock on her right foot. The second long striped sock was found in the pocket of her blue hooded sweatshirt. The second orange booty was has been found but unidentified. It was found 6 months earlier at the Oberholtzer crime scene. See, look, watch this. See, that's the other person, and we'll get to that in a minute. Items from Annette's backpack were located between Breckenridge, where both victims were last seen, and the Oberholtzer crime scene at the top of Hoosier Pass. Among the items found in Annette's backpack was a photograph of a man who has never been identified. And that's this person right here. Looks like he might be missing an eye right there. I mean, that doesn't mean anything unless the person actually planted that. These are some other pictures right here. I mean, it's pretty. Looks like they've put a cross out in the woods. A wooden cross has been erected at the site where Annette's body was found. And that photo was taken in 2005. Wow. That's insane. Okay, now here's the longer version of Barbara, aka Bobbie Jo Oberholtzer. Alright. Bobbie Jo's last known stop in Breckenridge, Colorado was at approximately 7:50 on Wednesday, January 6, 1982, leaving the Village Pub. All right, let's see if that's still there. The Village, it's called the Village Pub. Yeah, look how close that is to the bar that Annette worked at. Huh. Well, that's weird because this girl here would have been killed almost around. I mean, but prior to that. So she was last seen. Bookstore. She was seen talking with an unidentified woman that looked like this, and was heard reminding the woman to buy cigarettes. The unknown woman was described by a witness as a white female, approximately 5'4", tall, slender build, and looked as though she had been camping. Annette was scheduled to be at work at 8 p.m. She was seen. Yeah, she was last seen on January 6th as well, leaving the village pub. Bobbie worked in an office in the same building. She doesn't have brown hair, so it's probably not the right person. But she's 5'3", close to that height, and definitely doesn't look like she was living out in the woods camping. Summit of Hoosier Pass. She Thursday, January 1982, near the summit. Well, that's where her body was found. Celebrating a promotion. Okay, Bobbie worked in an office in the same building and was celebrating a promotion. She was then seen alone near the mini mart about 100 yards from the pub entrance. Okay, let's see where we can find a mini mart here. Usually those things kind of stay the same. That's about 100 yards. No, maybe it's not there anymore, but this is the village pub right there. And I guess she worked in the same building. So here's the pub right there, right? But it's also an office building. So she worked up in there and was celebrating her promotion. And apparently there's a mini mart 100 yards away. Hard to say. The closest one's right there, but that says the cheese shop. Let me type in like convenience store or something like that. Might not even be there anymore though either, so you just never know. Wow, I didn't think this was going to have much information, but man, this has got a ton. So she was found near the summit of Hoosier Pass, approximately 10 miles south of Breckenridge. That's the spot where the orange sock was found. So obviously the same killer killed both of them. There's no chance that that isn't the case. Bobbie was found face up 300 feet south of the parking lot at the top of the pass at 20 feet and 20 feet off the southbound lane of Highway 9 down a snow embankment. The pass was covered in deep snow which had been plowed along the sides of Highway 9. It was a cold night, about 20 below, and it may have been snowing. Death resulted from a Death resulted from a gunshot wound to the chest with a second grazing wound to the right breast. So the other girl was shot in the back and she was shot in the chest. Wouldn't that be weird if they were facing each other and he shot the first woman through the back and then it penetrated, so just one bullet killed both. Death resulted from a gunshot wound to the chest with a second grazing wound to the right breast. So I guess there was two shots. And the shooting appeared to have occurred at the location where the body was found. So in her case, she was shot there. Evidence indicated that Bobbie was shot at close range of 1 to 2 feet. That means they found gunpowder residue and maybe even some stippling marks. Evidence at the scene indicated that Bobbie may have gotten out of the suspect's vehicle at the top of the pass. Her keyring with metal hook defensive weapon made for her by her husband, was found in the parking lot at the summit. Bobbie may have run downhill along the road approximately 300 feet and was possibly again confronted by the assailant. She then seems to have gone over the snow embankment towards a stand of trees, stopping short of the trees and retracing her tracks a short distance. She fell onto her back and slid down the snow a short distance, coming to rest where she died. Man, this is so detailed. It's amazing. And apparently we get to have the assistant medical examiner come on. That should be awesome. So basically what they just said right there is this. Here's the parking lot. And as you can see, look how it goes downhill. So right here, she started running. It's not, Google Earth isn't catching up very much, but she started running down the hill, right? And then when she got 300 yards, which is about right, well, it's a little bit further than that. See where I got the 300. Right there. So right here, she ran down the bank towards these trees right there, and then she turned around, ran back a little bit, and then she was shot. Man, it sounds horrible. And again, the weapon used was either a 38 or a 357 handgun. Using a Remington Peter copper jacket hollow point bullet. The weapon has not been recovered. A pair of 18-inch plastic tie wraps were found on one wrist, suggesting that someone had attempted to bind Bobbie Jo. Also on January 7th, the next day, or the same day that they were found, items from her backpack were located approximately 20 miles from the crime scene along the southeast side of U.S. Highway 285 north and east of Fairplay towards Denver. 3 significant items were recovered together approximately 30 feet off the highway, laying on top of the snow in an open field. Jesus. And this guy sounds like a serial killer, doesn't he? 3 significant items were recovered together approximately 30 feet off the highway, lying on top of the snow in an open field. These 3 items consisted of the victim's backpack and some of its contents, her blood-stained wool glove, and a blood-stained tissue. Wallet contents were scattered along the same side of US 285, with the driver's license found north of the backpack at the Hamilton Ranch. Let's see. Wallet contents were scattered along the same side. Yes, and if anybody's new here, please subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to contribute to the channel, there you can contribute through Super Chats or the Streamlabs link. I'm not sure that's coming up. I'm not sure if my bot is working. But I appreciate any support you guys can give the channel. All right. So, let's see. Also on January 7th, items... That last part's weird. I'm trying to figure out what that means. Wallet contents were scattered along the same side of 285, with the driver's license found north of the backpack at the Hamilton Ranch. Hamilton Ranch. Called Redtail Ranch, but I'm not sure why it went there. It's a ranch, yeah, that's true. Thanks, Mag. Hey, I don't have the jail set up on my portable setup that I'm using. I'm trying to test this thing out. I think the cell phone data works pretty good if I don't try to get too nutty with it. But this is twice as clear as yesterday's video.
For your next jail time, smiling face with sunglasses, beaming face with smiling eyes, face with tears of joy.
Purple hearts, purple heart, purple heart. Forgot that part. DNA testing has concluded that the source of blood on both the glove and the tissue is from the same unknown male donor. Oh, boom! God, we gotta help this. We gotta help Colorado out and get this guy busted. Don't you think, everybody? Come on, let's get her on the air. Hopefully, we can do it like early next week. Get this show on the road. I mean, I'm telling you, this one here is another one that needs to be solved. They're already using Parabon, but I guess in this case they don't have the funds anymore. But they're using it on the other person. But this is a perfect case for this. I mean, absolutely perfect. If they stored that DNA, it looks like they do have it though. It's concluded that the source. God, I hope they kept a good copy of that. And this is her right here. And she also has... Gosh, I wonder if... Thanks, Lanky Jen. Let's see if we can see that dead tree. I doubt it. That's so long ago. Well, no, that's now, though. That's 2005. This is an awesome case right here, everybody. I mean, this one just came out of nowhere. And have you guys ever even heard of this? Even a whiff of this
Please
case
don't
before?
let Gray have Jodi Arias as his bunkie.
Jodi Arias. Jodi Arias. Thank you. I like the dancing bear one. I don't know why.
Missed you yesterday. Awesome case too.
Oh, you guys couldn't see it. All right, let me get the... Oh, you could see it. Well, thank you. Kelly in Texas, Sam the Schnoz, Mag, and Sam the Schnoz again. I wonder if that cross is just like right down there. This is from July 2018, this one. So, I don't know. That image we just looked at is from 2005. The portrait was an anniversary gift, this right here, from to Jeff from Bobbie Joe in 1977 when they lived in Racine, Wisconsin. The picture was taken in a store in Racine. The store would not allow dogs on the premise, so Bobbie Joe pretended to be blind and was led into the store with her sister and Hey You, who played the seeing eye dog. See like a rock right here. I wonder if that's that rock we were just looking at right there. See that rock right there? And then maybe that cross is just behind that. And that's right in the same exact area that we were just looking at. See that rock right there? Is there a tree right behind it? Let's see. Yep, look at that. Look at that. There's a rock right here. What do you think? What do you think? I think this is accurate. We don't know for sure. But I think, you see how there's this rock right here and this tree right there, right? So if we go back to the images, look at, there's a part of the rock you can see and then this tree, and then behind the tree is the cross, and there's a little dead one right next to it there. See if I can get like, I wonder if I can get from the sky here. Just look in there somehow, miraculously. Let's see if there's a different time of year. No, it's hard to see it, but I think that's it. So I'm gonna move that marker here in a second. So I think because look at that's really, there's another rock right here, right? That's the one I was at right there. Now this one also looks like it might have a tree behind it too. Well, no, it doesn't. See that? It doesn't have it right behind it and right next to it. where this one does, and I think that's going to be it. Right, so I'm going to put this out here as a marker right this second, like that, and then come in from the top and then move the pin that I've had earlier to where that one is, and then delete the other one. I think that's it right there. It's a little bit longer than the 300 yards that they had, but it also, excuse me, if I take this and look, I'm a little bit into it. So if you, the parking lot actually is probably right there, right? Do you guys agree with that? And then if I move that to there, let's see what we get now. We get 123 yards, which is, it was actually feet that they were going by, so 368 feet-ish, okay? Yeah, so we've got the wooden crosses for both of them. I'm gonna map this sucker out. We gotta do more shows on this one for sure. I want to map out, and maybe she can give us more accurate information, so we can really map it out and sort of figure it out. Because this case is about as cold as you can get, right? 82, 18 plus 19. I mean, we're looking at 37 years old. Yeah, it's amazing, right, Jim? I mean, this is just sort of fell into my lap. She said, oh yeah, we've also got this other, let me go back to the first email she sent, okay? You know, it just says, we were able to get a grant, which this is for the DNA testing on the Peak 6 unidentified person. We were able to get a grant which come far and few between for our office and can be earmarked for autopsies and other forensic services. Since we already have a set budget for autopsies, we have decided to put it towards the phenotyping testing and the ancestry DNA search. That's for that other guy. Let's see. I don't want to read all the stuff. She can tell you that. Oh, look at this. This is cool. I'm also on a task force trying to solve a 37-year-old double homicide. We have suspect blood on a wool glove, and we were going to try to phenotyping on to see if we could get a profile of who killed these two women. Unfortunately, at this point in time, the DNA sample we have is insufficient to move forward with that. Our next step in that case is to do an advanced genealogy search, but again, it's quite cost prohibitive at $4,000. We were fortunate in having a television network contact us and request permission to do a show about our case, and they would put up the money to do the genealogy search. I'm not sure. Well, that's cool then. I am not sure of the air date, but the show is called On the Case with Paula Zahn. Boom! Wouldn't that be sweet to get her on also to talk about it? And I like Paula Zahn on the case, right? In regards to the case with our unidentified remains from the sky shoots across the Copper Mountain, I think the phenotyping combined with the ancestry search might give us some good clues as to who this guy is. It's funny because look at this. I got a hand. This is after the press conference they had on the Peak 6 guy. She says, we got a handful of leads, but all of them have run into dead ends. One of those leads was for Sean Gribble, who had also suggested to Reagan, the medical examiner. And that person is the same one that one of our freak family brought up. Okay, so now we're on to this case right here. I think, here, hold on one second, everybody. Alright. Had to check my phone. Yeah, you don't hear me because I left for a minute. That's why I said, hold on a second. Hey, Craftset, I don't want your help on this one, okay? I want to be able to work through it. I don't want you throwing in geo coordinates or anything like that, okay? I just want to be able to do this one. Alright? It kind of takes away my fun. Alright, so maybe that other case, that'd be great. Remains from the sky shoots across the Copper Mountain, I think. Yeah, this is sweet, man. Nah, you don't actually. You're just always pumping out the geocodes. Oh, it's right here, it's right here, it's right. You know, I mean, sometimes it works because I don't have it yet. Right. Let's see. So for those of you who missed it earlier, look at the there's images here. Hold on a second. Oh, cool. I can use this map right here. All right. Awesome. Alright, well I'm going to save this and I'm going to start looking into all this myself. Alright, it's going to be fun. Yeah, when I'm in the wrong place, right, of course. I don't need your help though, Craftset. I usually figure it all out. Yeah, so I think tomorrow I'm going to look into this in the evening and then I'm going to come back and then we can go over all the different spots again. But I'll also send an email tomorrow back and maybe I can get her on like on Monday or something like that. All right, sound good? Sweet. All right, well I think I'm going to end the show right now and I got to get some sleep here. But I want to thank Sam the Schnoz, Mag, Sam the Schnoz again, and Kelly in Texas. So thank you very much for the super chats. Yeah, that's it. I'm pretty busy, but wow, that's some crazy stuff right there, huh? This is a good one. I like this case. Yeah, no, thank you guys for showing up. That was some wild stuff. And yes, Craft Set, I appreciate the links every once in a while when you send them in, but sometimes it gets kind of like, it feels deflating because I like to look stuff up myself. And when I have time off the air, I can go find the real spot. But sometimes on the air I don't, but then I never get the chance to actually go look it up and say, hey, everybody, look, here it is. All right. So there you go, everybody. Thank you for showing up. I'm glad that the streaming is working on my portable set now, and I just bought the, what do you call it? The high-speed hotspot on my phone, which is weird because the actual upload speed is faster than a computer can do it. But it seems to slow down by the end of the night, so I don't know what the hell happened there. Yes. All right, everybody. That's it. There's no blue or anything. It's just a picture of him right there. He's still eating the same food out of the bowl. All right. Yeah, it's been better with the buffering. I've been really working to try to get that figured out. All right, everybody. Thanks for showing up. And until next time, be safe out there.